What's up, KX crew? It's day 7 and it's the last day of my vegan week. So this video I'm going to talk about everything I learned about what it takes to be a vegan within a 1 week spectrum. Obviously there's only so much you can learn in 1 week. Like if I'd done it for like a month, let's say, I probably would have learned some different things. But this is what I've gathered from my 1 week as a vegan. Before I say anything, I have to establish that I was trying to avoid processed foods as well. So anything processed, anything that had milk in it, eggs in it, stuff like that. Okay, so the first thing I learned is that I put carbs way too high on a pedestal. I was fine without carbs for a week. I just didn't realize how many alternatives there were to carbs. So now that I'm going to transition into a life back where I'm going to be eating carbohydrates again, I'm going to be a lot smarter. Like I don't necessarily need them with every single meal. I don't need them before every workout. I don't need them. Yes, they're good. They're a great energy source, but I don't need them. I had this thing in my head about carbs, energy, how. So going forward, I'm maybe going to make sure that I have 1 or 2 meals in the day where I don't have any carbohydrates and replace them with vegetables, because there's clearly tons you can do with vegetables that I wasn't really aware of. Correction, I was too lazy to learn. The second thing I learned is that it's a lot easier to go without meat than I thought. I seriously love meat, but I was at no point throughout the day like, oh, I just wish I had some meat right now. I was definitely like that with carbs, but I just never had that craving to eat meat. Like unless I saw like a picture of chicken or a burger, like I would drool over it, but I never was like craving meat because I was getting protein and other things like nuts. The third thing I learned is that my appetite doesn't have to rule me. So between meals, normally, I'm always thinking about what my next snack is going to be. You know, I'm always thinking ahead to what is the next thing I'm going to eat? What's the next thing I'm going to eat? And as soon as I feel any kind of hunger, I would immediately put food in my body. Because in my head, I'm like, well, my body's telling me that I'm hungry. I better eat something. But it's definitely okay to be hungry for longer periods of time, hours even. You know, your body can handle it and your body functions well. When your body isn't constantly breaking down food, you might find that you have more energy, because when your body is breaking down food, it's sucking energy out of the things that you do because it needs it to break down food. So if you're never hungry because you keep killing the cravings with a snack or something, your body might always be in a state of breaking food down, which might make you feel like you have less energy. Especially after like a big carby meal and you feel super lethargic and all you want to do is lie around. It's because your body's putting you into rest mode because it needs to put all its energy into breaking food down. But when you have like a light meal with like vegetables and stuff, your body doesn't need so much time to break down. You don't have to feel like a lazy sack sitting around on a couch. You can kind of get back up and get right back to it, which I definitely liked. So looking forward, I'm definitely going to put a curb on snacking, how much carbs I take in. I am going to continue to eat meat though, because I really like meat and the benefits I get from meat. It tastes really good and I love eating it, and I have the easiest time getting my protein in with it. So I'm definitely going to continue eating meat, but I learned that I'm not as dependent on it as I thought I was. And just a couple more things before I wrap up the video. I did an Instagram post on my top 5 favorite vegan meals throughout the week. If you're interested in what they are, go check out my Instagram. And the final thing, I didn't keep up my workout routine on this vegan diet. So I would have been curious to see how it would have changed my experience if I had been doing daily workouts with this vegan diet. I probably would have needed way more. I may have felt differently about meat, or I may have felt differently about carbohydrates. Instead, I did a lot of working, and I was also preparing for a baseball tournament, and I was out and about enjoying the weather. So I definitely would have been curious to see what this would have been like if I'd been working out. So maybe for another time. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Ha! I fooled you. There is one more part of this video. I was putting a lot of love and a lot of light on the vegan diet. I figured that's not fair. I gotta be a little bit honest here. It was very difficult getting enough food in. Like, I'm a big guy, I weigh a lot, I've got a lot of muscle mass on me. It was very difficult for me to get enough food. I was hungry pretty much all the time. I would eat a big bowl of veggies and then I was hungry like 15 minutes later, and I was counting the minutes down to my next meal. So there were a lot of benefits, but I don't think it would be a lifestyle that I could sustain. My body just requires way too many calories to operate, and I think that I would really struggle getting my calories in, never not feeling hungry. I would need at least 5 meals in the day to do it, and that would be a lot of cooking and meal planning, and it's just not a realistic diet for somebody like me. So being a vegan is definitely not for me. Being a vegetarian I could do, because then you can still eat things like breads and eggs and cheese and milk and stuff like that. I think that if I wanted to, I could probably live without meat. I would be sad, my heart would be broken, but I could definitely do it. I wouldn't struggle. It is possible to work out and live an athletic lifestyle and be a vegan. I've seen it done. I've seen people who are just jacked in the best shape of their life and they're vegans. Good for them. It's definitely possible. Just in my experience, it's just not for me. Okay, I'm gonna cut back now to the intended end of the video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've been keeping up with me this week, I really appreciate it. It would really help me grow and build my channel if you subscribed. What experiment do you think I should try next? Comment below. Klassen out.